I start by putting a little milk in the bottom of a bowl, probably not even 1/4 of a cup. Then I add my eggs. I have a 6-cup muffin pan that I'm working with, so I'm going to use 5 eggs. I have used 6 before, but it's a little much on the eggs and that kind of overflows. So you'll have to determine how many eggs you'll use based on the size of your muffin pan. Whisk together the eggs and milk and then season them how you like them. Most of the time I use salt and pepper, but sometimes I use this Dash table blend. I like to add a little cheese to the eggs. Now we're going to add tater tots to a well-greased muffin pan. I put 3 tater tots into each cup. At this point, you can add whatever ingredients you prefer. I like to add some chopped bell peppers, green, yellow, red, orange, whatever I have. Then I add some pre-cooked Jimmy Dean hot sausage. That's my favorite. Now it's time to add the egg mixture to each cup. Then I like to top it off with some shredded cheese. Cheese makes everything better, doesn't it? I bake the egg cups in a preheated 350-degree oven until they are bubbly and a little browned on the top. These egg cups are so good and they are great for a quick on-the-go breakfast. Guys, I had never made bread before until I got this recipe, and let me tell you, this bread is amazing. You start with 2 cups of very warm water. You don't want it hot, but you do want it very warm. To that water, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of yeast, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. You're going to mix that up, and then you're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes and let your yeast proof. Another word for that is bloom. You'll see what I mean. And this is the result of your yeast blooming or proofing. I don't think there's anything more exciting than seeing this when you're making bread. Once your yeast has bloomed or proofed, now you're going to add 1/4 cup of oil. It can be olive oil or vegetable oil. And to that, you're going to add a little less than 1/3 cup sugar. Now it's time to add the flour. And we're talking regular flour, not self-rising flour. So add 4 to 5 cups of flour. I start out with 4.5 cups. On top of the flour, add 1 teaspoon salt. Now, using my favorite tool, my Dutch dough hook, I'm going to mix all of this up really well until it starts to come together and it's going to be super sticky. Once my dough hook has done its job, then I start using my hands to knead the dough while it's still in the bowl. Now that I've kneaded the dough a bit in the bowl, I'm going to start adding flour a little at a time. Adding flour a little bit at a time, of course, helps to eliminate that stickiness in the dough. Once the dough is no longer sticking to your fingers, it's time to start kneading the dough. Add some flour to your workspace. Take the dough out of the bowl and start kneading the dough. This is the fun part. This is when you get to take out some of your frustrations. Have fun with it. Kneading the dough is nothing more than pulling and pushing. I usually push, and I think all bread makers push with the heel of their hand. So fold over towards you and then push with the heel of your hand away from you. Fold over towards you, then push with the heel of your hand away from you. You do this several times for about 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. You can also add flour as you go along in case the dough gets sticky. If your arms and hands get tired before your 8 to 10 minutes is up, you can place a kitchen towel over the dough right there on the countertop, and you can let it rest for a couple of minutes. Once you've kneaded the dough enough, shape the dough into a ball. Grease a large bowl with olive oil. Grease the bottom and grease the sides. Then drop the dough ball into the greased bowl, moving the dough around so that the whole ball is lightly coated with the oil in the bowl. Make sure the top of the ball is coated. Place the bowl in a warm spot to rise. I usually put mine under the stovetop light. Cover the bowl with 2 kitchen towels. Then let it rise for about 1.5 hours. While the dough is rising, that's when I grease my loaf pans. As you can see, I do wear a glove on one hand so that I don't have to get whatever I'm greasing my pans with all over my hands. At this point, you can go ahead and preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Once the dough has risen, and it should be 2 to 3 times in size, you're going to punch the dough down. You don't have to knock it out, but just punch the dough down. Place the dough on a clean surface and cut the dough evenly into 2 pieces. Flatten each piece with your fingertips. So you're going to see a lot of divots in this dough. This removes any air bubbles in the dough, and you can sort of hear them popping as you're doing this. Then you're going to roll each piece up into a loaf shape. And you're going to pinch together the underside of each piece. Place each loaf into its own greased loaf pan. Let it rise again. Put it back in the same warm spot. Let it rise again for 45 minutes to an hour. Once the loaves have risen to 2 to 3 times their size, place both loaves in the preheated oven and bake for about 30 minutes. The bread is done when the top is a golden brown, and it sounds hollow when you tap on the top of it. Remove the loaves from the loaf pans, and they should easily pop out if you have well greased your pans. I place the loaves right side up onto a cooling rack. And then I take a stick of butter and I lightly coat the tops of each loaf. I have also used everything bagel seasoning to top off each loaf once I've put the butter on it. It's really good. Don't be intimidated by making homemade bread. I'll admit I was intimidated at first, and my first batch did fail. I actually made 2 bricks. So experiment with it, have fun with it. So what if you fail? Just try it again. This bread is actually just so good, you won't believe that you made it. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me in my little chat corner. It's funny because now I'm 65 years old, and I just kind of Googled, what do seniors, give me 10 things that seniors maybe struggle with. So I want to go through a few of the things that popped up on this list that I saw. One of them was social media. I am not crazy about social media. I do not like Facebook. Therefore, I am not on there. I mean, I have an account that is still there, but I never get on Facebook. I just don't like it. Same with Instagram. I have an account there. I just don't like Instagram. Instagram, in my opinion, plays favorites. And if you're a celebrity, then you are golden. If you're not, you are going to struggle to get an audience on there. And it's going to take all of your time to post as often as they want you to post, and in the platform or in the format that they want you to post. So I don't like Instagram. I may have to get on there to promote my YouTube channel, but we'll see. We'll see. I just don't like it. I am on X. I will tolerate X to a certain point. I'm not under the name of Simply Joyfully. But X is so full of political rhetoric and arguing and lies, and it's just ridiculous. So I can't stay on X for too long. I just get so frustrated. So even though I'll get on there every so often, I don't let myself get lost down the rabbit hole on that thing, because that's very easy to do. It has happened. I do like TikTok, and I get on TikTok mainly for just entertainment, and I like to watch people cooking and love to watch funny videos, especially pet videos. I just think they're so cute. There's so many funny ones. So I will tolerate TikTok to a certain point. So that's social media. Another one, I have to look at my notes, guys. Another one was new car technology. Now, I can relate to this because I just bought a new car. It's new to me. It's a 2020 Hyundai Santa Fe. I absolutely love it. That car drives so smoothly and so quiet, and it has so many bells and whistles on it that I have not mastered maybe two. I still have not figured out everything, but I do love that car. And I will say that new car technology probably is something that people my age and older do struggle with. We struggle to learn that. I know I struggle to learn it. It's going to take me a while and I will learn it. But I think that's one of the things that seniors struggle with. Another thing, kind of along that line, is smartphones. I love my smartphone. I think it's a 13 Pro, 13 Plus Pro, 13 Plus. I don't know. It's a 13 Plus Pro, I think. Anyway, I love it. It does everything I need it to do. I do most of my filming on it. So it works great for me. Do I know all the bells and whistles? No. I have to get on YouTube to learn if there's something that I need to know how to do, I will get on YouTube and I will find somebody that can teach me, or I will call one of my kids, one of which is 33 and the other is 27. I will call them and see if they can tell me how to do it. Or my son-in-law. I'll also call him and say, how do I do such and such? They laugh at me, but they do teach me how to do it. And usually it's something pretty simple, but I laugh at myself because there's so much I still need to learn, but it does everything I need it to do. I don't need the newest and the latest. That just doesn't work for me. I just don't see the reason for spending that kind of money. And then for myself, as a female and being my age, I do struggle with fashion. It's hard for me to find something I really like that flatters my body type. It's not easy. But I do struggle with fashion. Like, I want to stay relevant, but at the same time, I need to be comfortable. I think once you get to be my age, once you get to be retirement age, you're like all about comfort. At least I am. So, anyway, so fashion. Some of the things that showed up on there, I do not struggle with. One of which is online shopping. Unfortunately, that's not a problem for me. I'm really good at it. I'm probably too good at it, especially with Amazon. So that was not a problem. Self checkouts. I don't have a problem with self checkouts. I don't like doing it, but I don't have a problem or any struggle with doing that. I just don't like doing it, but I do it many, many times, take advantage of that, and I get out quicker. So I don't have a problem with that. And then online banking. That was a little bit tricky, I think. Online banking, I know for my mother, who is 89, no way. Absolutely no way. So I'm guessing that people who are maybe 70, maybe 75 and older might have a little bit of an issue with that. I don't have a problem with that. I like it. It's very convenient. You can do all sorts of things through your online banking, but so I don't have a problem with that. And so that's just a few of the things I wanted to bring to light to any of you who are way younger than me. This is what us seniors kind of struggle with. If you are my age or older, and there is something else that you struggle with, I would like to know what that is and how you overcome that. What is your solution to overcome that? I'm just curious. So anyway, just wanted to give you guys a little chat about that, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I appreciate you subscribing and liking. Very much appreciated. Sharing, of course. And I guess I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.